You know, this might be a pretty controversial take right now, but I actually don't think Luai being out is going to hurt us as much as some people would hope, pray, or even think. Yeah, obviously, you know, he is our huge asset. He is our premiership leader, and he is someone who can spark something out of nothing. But when you really break it down and look at things, like the Tigers still have plenty of options, especially people like Dewey. We could see something from him, or Jack Bird, or even Api Carousel. Like, even, you know, there's just so many different options we have. And who do you guys think we should have filling gaps, especially next week? Because as much as losing Luai stings, I actually think this could be a huge blessing in disguise for some of our younger guys to kind of step up and show what they can do under pressure. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Geordie, and if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe on this video because it helps me and the algorithm out a ton, and I appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in. So let's dive in, because we have a massive game coming up against the Broncos, and there's a lot of questions out there that needs answering. So Luai definitely just copped the 1-game suspension. It's all over the media. He had that high shot, and obviously, like, that is a blow, and I wish that didn't happen. But when I've been thinking about it today, I don't really think it's going to be the end of the world for us. Like, let's break down logically in my head why I don't think so. Like, first, Galvin has already shown he is more than capable of stepping up in these big moments. I mean, we're talking about an 18-year-old who is absolutely playing with the composure and confidence of a veteran. Like, if anything, this could be the moment that he steps up even more and takes full control of his side, especially with the contract talks that we'll get into later. And there's like people like Api Carousel, like, as well. He's one of the best playmakers in the game in the NRL right now. And if there's anyone who can steady a ship without Luai, it's gonna be him, right? Would you guys agree? Like, he's got the vision, he's got that creativity, and just the ability to manipulate a defense to open up gaps for our attack. And I actually think like this could be the game where we lean on him even more to control our sets and keep us composed. There's no reason why he couldn't step in as halfback for this next game and have someone like Jack Bird or even Royce Hunt step in at hooker for him. And the real challenge is going to be our attack. Like, the Broncos have a ridiculously strong backline. People like Reece Walsh and Staggs and Cobbo, like, these guys are striking weapons. And if we just try to go like through the motions and play basic footy, we are going to struggle, I promise you. We need that flair, we need structure too, like consistent structure, and we need to be intentional about our attack and how we use our edges up against theirs. And one thing we have struggled with so far is the execution in the red zone, if you will. Like, we can get into attacking positions and like our last play options, but they just haven't been super sharp, especially last game against the Warriors. And I think this is where Galvin and Api are going to need to step up. And if Dewey plays, and if he's back from his groin injury, I think he's going to bring that little bit of extra spark and structure that we need. But if he's not there, then who carries that extra playmaking load? I believe it could be Jack Bird. Like, I believe he could be getting another crack this week. And if so, like, I think he will have enough polish to create and finish attacking plays. I really do. And now defensively, like, this is where our concern is going to be against this team, because like our line speed, we saw it against the Warriors. Too many moments, like, we were just standing there flat-footed, just giving them easy meters that could just not happen against the Brisbane Broncos. And if we let them get a roll on, they will absolutely destroy us and carve us up, right? We have to be aggressive in defense as well. We have to win the contact. Like, every time, every play, we have to make sure our edges aren't getting caught out, because that's exactly what the Broncos will be looking to exploit us on. And like, speaking of exploiting and the future and things like that, let's talk about this massive contract rumor surrounding Lachlan Galvin, our man, the myth, the legend. Like, there are reports flying around everywhere, all over social media, online, that the Tigers are considering locking him in on a 5-year, $5 million deal. Things are getting more serious, and now I'm 100% on board with giving this bloke a long-term contract. 5 years, abso-freaking-lutely. We need to make sure he does not go anywhere. But as a young fella, like, $5 million, that is a lot of money. That's a huge call. Like, that is something that, I don't know, you just don't really hear of for fellas that age. Sure, he's got all the talent and he is smart, but is this a smart business thing to throw that kind of money at him early? Like, what if he gets injured? what if his development stalls? Like, what if 3 years down the road, we need cap space to bring in other big players, and we've just tied up this massive chunk of our budget in Galvin? It is a freaking gamble. It is a huge gamble, honestly. Like, at the same time, though, if he continues on this trajectory that he is on, he's going to be one of the best halves in the game and in NRL history, and we need to make sure that we keep this young fella kind of locked into the West Tigers before he hits the open market, right? Clubs are going to start throwing insane money at him, and suddenly, like, we are going to be scrambling to keep him. So maybe locking him in now is the best move. I don't know. I'm not a businessman like that, but what do you guys think? $5 million over 5 years, is that too much, or is that exactly what we need to do to secure our future? Like, because here's the thing, the Tigers are in a rebuild. That's just where we are at the moment, and we are trying to create something special here, and that means making big calls, risky calls. Signing Luai was a statement. Like, extending players like Galvin would be another one for sure, but we have to be smart about all of it. We have to make sure we are building a team that can actually compete at the top level, not just this year, and not just throwing money at talent, but overall long term and hoping it all works out. We need to be like making sure we are standing strong in the future. And Luai being out this week definitely isn't ideal, but I think we will be fine. Galvin has that pressure of the contract, and I know he will step up. Appy's going to control the game, and if we can stay disciplined and execute this week, we can absolutely take it to the Broncos. But defensively, we need to be better. We have to be better. If we don't tighten up and we do like the same thing we did against the Warriors, like, this could get ugly real fast. And as for Galvin's contract, I love locking him in long term, but $5 million is a lot of money for a kid that age, and there comes a lot of responsibility that I don't think he's ready for. What do you guys think? How do we handle Luai's absence next week? Who needs to step up the most? And what do you say about Galvin's $5 million over 5 years? Let me know in the comments. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on that, because yeah, this is just a pivotal moment for the West Tigers, specifically around Galvin's contract. This is the kind of deal that will make or break the club's 5'8" for the next few years. I don't know if we'll see another bloke like this come through for a little bit. He has just something different about him. He is a phenomenal player. He is very young and he's very green and fresh, but like, he plays with a veteran spirit, and I love that about him. And he is only getting better and better each frigging game. So against the Brisbane Broncos, I cannot wait to see what he has up his sleeve and how he rallies up the troops with Luai out. I can definitely see him and Uppy calling all shots this next week. And just the way he controls the back line, I'm really intrigued. And who do you think's going to step in terms of Luai, like, being out? Could you see Jack Bird? Could you see Uppy? Could you see people like Adam Dewey if he's back from his groin injury? I'm really intrigued to see what Benji is going to do here from that perspective. They're saying 1 week, like 1 game suspension. If he fights it, it'll be a 2, but I just say he takes a 1, takes a fine, whatever it is, because like, it is pretty clear that he put his shoulder in the old mate. And then there's talk of him getting shoulder scans too, so I'm hoping he's all right, like physically and health wise, because yeah, I don't think we can afford to lose him overall as a season. But for 1 game, I think we will be just fine. If anything, like against the Knights, against the Eels, and against the Warriors showed us, it's that we are getting better. And even with like injuries and people being out and constant movement, we still hold our own. And I mean, against the Eels, we won. Against the Knights and against the Warriors, like really great teams, like decent teams, especially big boys on the Warriors. Like, we only held them to 2 points over from that stupid penalty call. But other than that, it wasn't a blowout. So we are built different this year, Tigers fans. Like, we just have so much to dream big about. It is wild. Like, we are in such a pivotal moment in West Tigers history. I can see a premiership in our sights in the next couple years if we make the right moves and deals now and lock people in. We could even see people like Talon De Silva moving up in the halfback this week. I don't know. We have so many different options, and that truly excites me as a West Tigers fans. So as always, make sure you like and subscribe. It's been a pleasure talking with you guys today. Let's get that conversation rolling in the comments. I respond to every comment. I post daily, and I just love rallying up other West Tigers people that love and believe in the orange, black, and white. So yeah, as always, we have so much to dream big about, Tigers fans, and take it easy, and I will see you in the next one. Geordie out.